Vancouver-Mount Pleasant.
Thanks very much, Madam Speaker. It's not like that this government brought in the child maintenance clawback policy yesterday. They did it 12 years ago, Madam Speaker. A generation of children have grown up living in poverty because of this policy. 5 years ago, Madam Speaker, I brought Ms. Lenlen Castro's case to this government's attention. Ms. Castro is on disability, and she fled an abusive relationship when she gave birth to her daughter in December 2009. She put her own safety at risk, Madam Speaker, to secure child support. Little did she know that she would not get 1 penny of that money for her daughter. It's been 5 years. I'd like to ask the minister this question through you, Madam Speaker. Does the minister care to explain to Ms. Castro why it is that her daughter has to continue to live in poverty today?
Minister for Social Development and Social Innovation.
Madam Speaker, governments in British Columbia and Canada in the developed world are always working to see how they can best support the vulnerable British Columbians. And I think it's always a testament to say, yes, we need to have a dialogue, we need to make sure we do more. Now, when the government is paying, it is always the payment of last resort. We expect the individuals, if they have a payee, whether it is another parent to assist if at all possible, but we want to make sure that there is those supports for those who do not have monies or programs. It is one issue that was raised in the social credit era. It has been raised by the opposition, us in the BC Liberal era. It was also raised by the NDP during their time. And I've read in the House as well the statement by the MLA Cabinet Minister, Honourable Smallwood. And she talked about, they had to struggle with the opportunities. How do you find the balance between what you can afford and how you deliver services? Madam Speaker, I work really hard to make sure that we have those programs for individuals. We talk to individuals on a regular basis. We continually evolve those programs to make sure we're best supporting vulnerable British Columbians. And yes, we will continue to do that work.
Vancouver-Mount Pleasant on a supplemental.
Yes, thank you, Madam Speaker. Well, it is this government that brought in this policy 12 years ago. Not Joan Smallwood, but this government. 12 years of feeble excuses, and the saga continues, Madam Speaker. When this punitive policy was put in place in 2002, in its first 2 years, 6,104 families were affected every month. Every month. In total, the government clawed back $14.6 million in support for single parents. Today, that money has climbed up to $18 million. Surely, the minister will agree that this policy is a funny way of this government showcasing the Premier's Family First slogan. Will the minister rescind this family maintenance clawback policy, or is this just yet another example of the Premier's pattern of behavior? Say what the people wants to hear and then do whatever she darn well wants to.
Minister for Social Development and Social Innovation.
Madam Speaker, for parents on assistance receiving monthly family maintenance payments, what we do is top up to ensure that an individual's total monthly income is equal to current assistance rates. Now, that being said, though, Madam Speaker, and I mentioned them earlier, I want to remind the members opposite that we continually bring up programs and support programs that assist vulnerable British Columbians. Talk about school startup funding. We provide supports for that. Discounted bus passes. We provide support for that. Free dental and optical care for children. We provide for that. We also provide childcare subsidies for 45,000 children per year. Madam Speaker, we continually work on these programs. I have said to the members opposite, and they do not listen, that we continually evolve these programs, and we will continue to do that work. Madam Speaker, the province of British Columbia, we continue to grow the economy to make sure we can make those strategic investments that allow individuals to have better supports and perhaps they have an individual to be self-supporting going forward.